Hi, Happy New Year. We are here with the LVR Property Management Committee. I am Marcella Quezada, your 2026 Vice Chair.
And I'm Paul Rich, the 2026 Chair of the Property Management Committee. Well, thanks for being here, Marcella. And, it's kind of interesting. Normally, we wouldn't talk about 2025, except I was the Vice Chair and you were the Chair, and now we've kind of switched roles with that. So before we go on and talk about the 2026 Committee and who maybe should think about joining and what we have in store, why don't you look back on your year as a Chair for 2025 and tell us some of the things that we did there?
In 2025, we had an interesting year. We had several great speakers. We had a CPA, we had insurance.
Yeah, when you look back, it's kind of a busy year. So we're going to build on that year for the new year. To start off, though, I want to talk a little bit about who maybe should consider being on the Property Management Committee. It is one of our open committees here at LVR. So anybody that is interested in maybe possibly going into property management, or they work with a lot of investors, or they're a current property manager, this is the ideal committee for you. In terms of the policy, our job is to actually review and evaluate and even recommend programs and services and products that either active property managers use or prospective property managers that are members of our association use.
It's good to come to the committee even if you're not a property manager, because as realtors, we want to have as much knowledge as possible so that we can advise our clients. And you might want to know what the laws are, even if you're not a current property manager and you are self-managing your property. It might interest you to become a property manager or just for the knowledge.
So, for example, for last year, we basically had a lot that could have happened, including rent control, all kinds of laws that didn't end up passing. There were a few that did get across the finish line and got signed into law. So, for example, AB 121. That one law has a lot of consequences, and it's really important as a committee and as an association, even if you're not in property management, it's really important to understand what those law changes were. And then on the reverse of that, on the federal level, we talked about the HUD and how they're actually taking away some of the kind of the guardrails and the guidance that we had. So what does that look like, moving forward? So I went ahead and reached out to the field office for HUD, and we've got Cheryl Bergstrom, who's going to be coming down and actually presenting information about, now that we don't have those written guidelines, what does that look like? What does the landscape look like for active property managers? Really important information to share with investors as well as property managers and how they move forward knowing that information. We're going to continue on the AI path. We're going to have a whole series on AI and implementing technology and making recommendations for some of the forms that we have here at the association so we can then forward that on. I'm really looking forward to a great year.
So am I. We had a great team last year, and I look forward to being in the same team this year and many changes and knowledge to come.
Well, I hope you're looking forward to 2026. We certainly are. We're looking forward to our committee. A lot of the things that we're going to be bringing up this coming year will affect you and improve your business, even if you're not in property management. Certainly the tools and technology that we discuss.
So don't forget, the first meeting of the year is the most valuable because it makes you an automatic member. So come and join us at LVR for the first meeting of the year in property management. January 13th, 11 a.m. Be here on time.
Thanks, everybody.